for use in the RD-1000. In a nutshell, the range of the instrument was broken into 30 zones that were individually treated to match the complex tonal behaviour of the equivalent part of an acoustic piano. Combined with velocity sensitivity, the result was a far more realistic sound than had been achieved before that date, whilst maintaining the dimensions and weight of an instrument that was practical to carry around on tour or that could sit in a home or studio. The RD-1000 became the go-to instrument for Elton John, amongst others. But before we go forwards with the Roland story, we have to go backwards. Those 303s and drum machines that had been picked up by young musicians came to the fore in 1987. What exactly happened isn't as clear-cut as we'd perhaps like it to be. The 303 had seemingly died a premature death. That's not entirely true, as it did crop up in some charting records such as Rip It Up by Orange Juice, Jam On It by Nucleus, In the Heat of the Night by Imagination and Bassline by Mantronix. Curiously, Bollywood composer Chiranjit Singh had hooked up an 808, 303 and Jupiter 8 for his 1982 album 10 Ragas to a Disco Beat that had more than a passing resemblance to music that didn't officially exist for several years. Stateside mid-80s records such as Washing Machine by Mr. Fingers and Adonis No Way Back predate what is considered to be the inception of acid, and yet their sound is very reminiscent of the then undefined genre. It's perhaps more of a convergent discovery than is reported, but certainly a definitive moment was Future's Acid Tracks from 1987 that is widely credited as the inception of acid house, the genre most synonymous with the TB-303. As mentioned earlier, the bassline was complex to program and sounded nothing like the bass guitar it was supposed to emulate. This was perfect for Chicago artists such as Future, who had no intention of using it that way. Instead, they took a one-bar loop and used the 303's 6 rotary dials to tweak and evolve the repeated pattern over 12 minutes into a trippy, mesmerising and serendipitous sound that has since become immortal. Combined with the TR-707 and 727, which are also tweaked and mixed in real time, the sound is about minimal composition and maximum tonal variation. On a 303, that means everything from squelching tones, exaggerated slides, throaty groans, whistling resonance, rumbling pulses, and everywhere in between. Demo tapes got into the right hands, and DJ Ron Hardy, producer Marshall Jefferson and label Trax Records were all integral in pushing forth Future and a wave of other artists who adopted this exciting new sound that now had an official name. Combined with a growing rave and drug culture on the other side of the pond, 303 lace music exploded there too, and by the UK's second summer of love in 1988 it was hard to avoid hearing that distinctive squelch. UK band D-Mob even